Vizyon Tours is with Chef Lynn Johnson, who has driven down to Natchez for a wonderful event that we're sponsoring tomorrow evening called An Evening in Tuscany. For your main course for this event tomorrow night here at Sunnyside B&B in Natchez, Mississippi, you have chosen a wonderful pork loin. I want you to demonstrate how to stuff that, Chef, if you would, for our audience.
There's a few different ways. I don't like for all the stuffing to come out, so you can either cut a slot in it and try to pack stuff in there, but when you roll it, it's going to squeeze out. And so what I've done is I work backwards. I make a thin cut to make this flap come down, and then I take this knife on the flat and begin cutting like that. And each time I do that, pull back just a little bit more.
Wow.
Trying not to cut your hand in the process.
Of course.
And it's almost like you're unrolling this.
Exactly. So you've got to have the right kind of knife too, that sharp knife, of course.
Okay, and you're going to get some unevenness, so you just make a slot and it lays out just a little bit.
Okay. Basically flattening it.
Yes.
Without cutting it in half.
That's right.
All right.
And then I will salt and pepper it, just a little bit of salt, because pork is naturally salty. And then whatever salt is left in the hand, you toss over the shoulder for good luck.
Absolutely.
Then I sprinkle the black pepper on there. Excuse me. All right, now I've prepared sauteed onions, spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, and roasted red peppers and garlic.
What is the name of the dish?
It is the loin of pork Valentino.
Loin of pork Valentino.
And this is actually the center cut of the loin, which is actually called the Chateaubriand. You know that primarily in steaks.
Gotcha.
So I just take this and scoop some of this on there, and then I begin spreading it out. So as you cut this, after it's been roasted, you'll see the beautiful colors in every slice.
Oh, lovely.
Then I take roasted red peppers. I lay those on there.
A lot of color in this dish. And flavor. Very, very hearty dish.
Yes. Mozzarella.
No, Parmesan.
Yes. And finally, one of my favorite spices, fennel seeds.
This is they use a lot of fennel in Tuscany.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now I take this and lay it over and bring it together as I do with the cut side down. And what I'm going to do now is truss it up or tie it up. That towel is causing me fit today.
Yeah, I see that.
A little trick when you're trying to tie something like this, if you wrap this around 2 or 3 times, when you pull on it, it'll stay tight and let you get a knot on it.
Gotcha.
To hold it there.
That's wonderful. I love this because these are just simple things that can be done at home that most of us just throw a piece of meat in a pot. We don't realize that we can actually lay it open, stuff it, and with all these flavors to be able to have a different kind of taste. Do you ever have a plan of doing any kind of Italian cookbook? I know you've come out with your 4th cookbook that people can purchase. But could you make something?
I've never really thought about it. I know everybody and their brother, it seems, does Italian cookbooks, and there's enough special chefs out there that are Italian that does their family's cookbooks and everything. What I am primarily interested in is providing a well-rounded menu, make it available to just regular home cooks, and show them that they don't need to be afraid of cooking at home, and you can do it stress-free.
Which is the premise of your book that's coming out.
That's right.
Tell us the name of that cookbook.
The name of the book is basically a musical name. It's called Intermezzo. In music, an intermezzo is an unrelated piece of music to the beginning and the end of another piece of music, but it connects the two in a total, composition. Well, we have guests. To prepare a meal, you're going to have guests, and then you're going to have food. But there is something that's unrelated to food and guests directly that causes you to either have success as a home chef or failure as a home chef, and that is stress or the lack thereof. And by learning how to plan and learning creative ways to select a menu. For instance, if you have close friends that may be lactose intolerant, that may determine what you choose. Or if someone has an allergy against shellfish, you wouldn't want to serve them shrimp, for instance. So while you achieve two different things there, if you ask your friend about any food allergies, number one, it lets them know that you're concerned about them, and number two, that's one thing that you can't choose when you're trying to choose a menu, because
right.
it narrows the list down, and it's just things like that. If you know that in 3 weeks, for instance, that you're going to have 20 people come over, then work backwards. All right, if I'm going to be having a dinner in 20 weeks, what do I need to?
Or 20 days.
Or 20 days, yeah. What do I need to do? I've got the menu. All right, we know what the main course is going to be. What can I cook ahead so that you're not rushing around on the day of?
So this book will give step-by-step instructions for people to be able to plan a dinner party for a certain number of people. And so you have 10 different recipes for each course that can then be paired, you said before when we were speaking.
Any appetizer will pair with any main course, and any main course will pair with any soup. And a lot of people don't like cooking with alcohol, for instance. So there is a section in the book, a natural substitutions for alcohol. So in other words, if you don't want to use white wine, use white grape juice, which is basically nearly the same thing, except there's no alcohol. And it has a list of different things, a list of the most common spices to keep in your kitchen and what they're used for. So with this one book, it will teach you how to plan your event. It will give you recipes to start you on your culinary journey, and you'll be able to serve the food. Plus, there's spices, and it tells you what to use, and you don't have to run back and forth between 2 or 3 different books. But the one thing that my readers say they love the most about my books is I include all kinds of note pages so that you can take notes at any particular recipe, what you did, so you'll remember the next time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are so excited. Vizyon Tours is excited about this weekend at Sunnyside B&B. Everyone is going to be served by the staff here in different rooms so families can come and stay socially distanced. And we appreciate you coming down from Memphis. We look forward to collaborating with you, Chef, on future endeavors. And we wish you the best. And we are so happy to be eating your delicious food tomorrow night.
Thank you.
So thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much. Thank you for coming.